Hello and welcome back to Tiny Artist TV. For today's video, we are going to be continuing the 115 generated character color palette challenge, where I take all of the color palettes that I've generated over the past few years and turn them into characters. And this series is going to be a continuation of the Heroes and Villains Magical Girls that I have already drawn all the numbers up. And so just as a quick reminder, this is what we are working with. So all the ones in blue, you can expect to see drawn as either a hero or a villain. But for now, let's get into the drawing and see what I have on today's palette. Two things starting out. One, I am extremely proud of the execution of this character design, because as soon as I saw this color palette, I had this dress in mind. And as you can see, it's mixed in with my other references, but that is the dress that I had in mind when thinking of how I wanted to dress this character. And if you're unfamiliar with this particular dress, or even this set of dresses, as you can probably see on the logo here, it is from Project Runway, more specifically the All Stars collection from the Avant-Garde Challenges. And of course, this look is very avant-garde, which means all fashion, little to no function. Thing two. As I was creating this character, I was trying to figure out where they would fit in the hierarchy of, the villain band of characters. Because with Magical Girls, you may have a leader and then a secondary who's kind of like a foil, and then you've got your archetypes within that group of the techie and the shy one and the really loud one, yada yada. But then villains, of course, there's an absolute leader and then a bunch of henchmen and maybe a second in command. The presence that exudes from this character by the time I'm finished with the design, this is absolutely the leader of the villain organization that these set of magical girls are fighting. And I figure the other villains that follow him, they adore him because of his audacious fashion sense. He's just always on top of the trends, creating the trends, is just unabashedly creative and just so smug and haughty about it, and they aspire to be that. I haven't really created much lore outside of these palettes are heroes and these palettes are villains, but as I'm working through the series, I'm kind of ironing out some kinks. And with the last video, which was the mean girl with the magic book of whispers, I figured honestly she would probably be his niece or something. Just because I don't know, it gives me that vibe of because how else would you kind of get into a lot of, at least for as far as Saturday morning rules go, villainy seems to be inherited to some extent. So it would be kind of cool if she was an aspiring fashion designer and was really inspired by her uncle, and he creates all of his looks. Anyway, so as far as the actual costume design is, you can probably figure, because I did cut out the title of what this palette is called. This is inspired by a Venus flytrap, and if you can tell by the colors over here, the reasoning behind my brain going oh, these colors, but they kind of make sense in this context. And then I just ran with that and kept running until I was tired. And there's so much more I could have done with this costume, but I am over the moon about everything. Just fell into place. For an artist, that's the goal, is to be able to put on paper, or I guess in this stream it would be a tablet, to put down into reality the images and ideas that we have in our heads. And for me to be able to do that, I cannot stop staring at my own stupid tweet of me promoting this particular design. It's the same with the peacock fairy that I did like months and months ago. It's that same over-the-top unctuousness that I love in these character creation videos of just like throwing whatever, caution to the wind, throwing everything at the wall. I'm not seeing what sticks, because in this case and that case, I had a very specific vision in mind and was able to execute it both times. So I think I'm onto something here. I already know what the next character is going to be, and I have so much in mind for that particular character, and I just hope that I can edit my ideas down. With this one, I knew what I wanted and I went for it, and this is what we get. So I'm gonna stop like gushing over, like tooting my own horn or whatever, and just let you guys enjoy the rest of the character creation process. At this point, it's mainly just working out details and shading, so you've already seen all of the pose and the creation of the costume itself, yada yada. So here is Venus Flytrap, the leader of these evil fashion villains.
Stop that.